It's Don Sly, also known as Sly122. 5421. It's supposed to just be Sly122, but playing back from not tonight, but last night. Just playing some Forza Horizon 3. That's right. I don't have my Wi-Fi hooked up. They're coming on Thursday, so for now, this is running off of a mobile hotspot off of my AT&T phone. So I probably should have let it buffer before I started recording, but this is how it's going. So I was driving my Jeep around, trying to get as many points as possible. You get points by like wrecking through things and drifting and doing all sorts of different fancy moves. And if you hit anything, your points all go away. It starts to zero. So I'm sorry, people. I'm still getting the hang of this game. I haven't played Xbox for probably 3 years until the last few months, and so it's been a while, and I'm not familiar with the course. And people have been playing this one for a few years, and so I fly through and crash into people sometimes. Plus, they drive on the other side of the road than what I'm used to. It's Don Sly. So, my strategy here was to just stay among the rows of whatever that crop is. My mind wants to call it grapes, but I don't really know what it is. I'm not sure. I haven't been to Australia. I would like to be to Australia. I think that would be fun. But I have 2 videos previous to this to show how I got to this point. It took, I think, about 25 minutes total, maybe. I'm not really sure. I think the videos were 9 minutes long. And so, I recorded it. I got an extra hard drive from my Xbox so that I can do dorky things like this and prove that I'm the one who did it, except I didn't actually record myself playing the game. I'm not that sophisticated. Like, I can't even be showing myself right now. For some reason, my phone doesn't want to flip around. It's like 3 a.m. Pacific Standard Time in Creswell, Oregon. That's what's happening right now. It's June, I think it would be June 2nd. It's June 2nd today. I don't have court this morning. It got canceled or postponed, but they're still making me do a mental health evaluation at the county. This will be my 3rd in the last 4 months. I have PTSD, people. I don't need to keep getting evaluated. It stays the same, and each time I get evaluated, it just makes me more agitated and anxious and stuff. So as far as I know, what they're telling me, it's related to a 2017 DUI for having medical marijuana 45 minutes before I drove. The write-up was doctored up. It said I was flirting with men and looked like I was doing meth, and I don't do meth, and I don't flirt with men. And they were acting like I had a sports bra on and referring to a video which I was smoking hemp. I honestly at the time thought it was real marijuana, but it turned out it was not. So we're still awaiting the results of that urine test. There's a shelf life on urine, so I like to narrate with fun things, don't you know? This is what's fresh and on my mind. Um, and they're trying to hold everything up in court because I don't have access to my funds right now because they're acting like I'm unsafe and I can't make good decisions, so I can't fly anywhere or go out of the state or um, drink alcohol or what else did they tell me I can't do? There was a list. It was like kind of like probation and parole, except I've never ever been convicted for anything. And this bullshit's been going on since September 2017. I don't drive the same car, but they keep dragging court out, hoping that they can catch me to do something that will actually cause me to legally have to be in court. So I played saxophone today, earlier, out in front of the courthouse after 5. I figured they were done inside and it shouldn't be disruptive. I think that there was some sort of like a silent protest, but I'm not really up on it and I hadn't watched. And if I like overstepped my bounds by blasting my saxophone, that was my non-silent protest. I I'm mixed race. I found out a few years ago that I'm a third black, and I've always been raised white. I live in Creswell, Oregon, which there were about 1,400 people when I graduated from high school in 1988. And there was one black boy, one black kid out of the whole town, graduated the year before me. So, and he was adopted. So, I, I was raised a white kid. I'm mostly Native American. I found out that I'm Cherokee. So, I am, that's what's happening. I'm part black. So I don't know if that gives me whatever right to do what I did, or if people are upset, or if they think it's awesome. Um, I was told by a guy who walked for blocks to come hear me play. He was very excited to hear music played because they've been telling people not to play downtown, and they don't want you to get into groups, and you should be able to be an individual musician playing. So anyway, I didn't know that. There were no signs posted that say silence or don't play saxophone here or anything along those lines. So I played. I had headphones on and played along, and I sang. I sang in a couple languages, and I summarized what was happening, and then I packed it up and left. I think it lasted less than 10 minutes all in all total. Um, I talked to a nice guy that did come over and watch, and there was also a woman there that watched, and a couple of silent protesters on the corner. And you have to watch out if you hit things, it goes all the way to zero again. That's kind of a risky move there. But anyway, it was nice. He was the guy that I met. Sorry, I can't remember his name, but he's from the Whitaker district, which is a cool part of Eugene. And it was good. He said it was really nice to hear music, and he told me that it was supposed to be a music-free zone there. Look at that, 7,326,600. 7 million skill point, or a skill chain. I got 7 million points right there. So, anyway, after I was done playing, I got to my car, and shortly thereafter got a email from Robert Homan from the Public Defender's Office in Lane County, Eugene, Oregon, stating that my court's postponed and that I do have to do this evaluation Wednesday at 10. And he doesn't know when it's going to be. But the motion today was to dismiss everything because my rights have been violated for a long time and I need to be able to travel. I have a license, I have insurance, I haven't done anything wrong. I need my daughter back. So They pretended like her rights were terminated so that I wouldn't visit for over a year and make it look like that was my choice when they told me I could not legally do it. And now they're going to court acting like I'm a bad mom. So, um, they timed a bus to, they thought that I had a warrant out and I did not, and they arrested me and they held my daughter's bus to time it so it perfectly was able to come around the corner and catch me being handcuffed and stuffed into the police car. So they've been doing some snazzy things here, and they're starting to get big recognition about it. So I don't know. Hopefully, you get to see my saxophone at the Lane County Courthouse from earlier today. There's multiple people that recorded it, and I hope that lots of people see it. I give permission to everybody to play it. Post it all over the place. Do it, please. Hope you can see my face. I can't see. Um, so there was my record. Love this Samsung TV. I use a Samsung phone also. This is a Crystal UHD 65 inches. This is the biggest TV I've ever owned. This TV runs off of internet. It's a smart TV. And it was kind of hard, a little bit difficult to set up just because I only have the mobile hotspot. But it was lagging now just because I am using the mobile hotspot, but gameplay and setting the actual TV up, it runs through the internet to the TV and it has a gameplay mode, and so it's really has a really fast processor and it keeps up with everything that's going on. And I have been using my mobile hotspot to play the Xbox. I get Thursday I get high speed internet from CenturyLink. They're coming out to install. And so anyway, it's doing okay. It looks good. I really like the TV. It's gonna be amazing once I get the high speed internet all hooked up. I am going back and forth between. I have AT&T TV right there. It's that little tiny box on top of the Xbox, and I like it for the most part, but you really do have to have a good Wi-Fi connection. And again, I'm running off a mobile, and I have been able to run it off a mobile hotspot actually pretty well, all things considered. But I think that oh, lost my train of thought. Somebody made me go somewhere else. So I do think that the TV is going to be wonderful. Oh, DirecTV, that's where I'm going. Is that I was told when I signed up with AT&T TV that DirecTV was not going to be an option very quickly, and that I should just go with AT&T TV, and that it's mobile and I could take it anywhere and stuff like that. So I've had it for a couple of months. Like I said, it's really based off the internet. You can move it from place to place. A couple of times it seemed like somebody just swapped my whole box, but I don't. I've changed my lock. So if anybody's coming to my house, they either don't realize that somebody new lives here and somehow they got a hold of my keys, or they're just coming and stealing or doing whatever they want. So that's good and that's bad. That you can move it around and do that kind of stuff. So I don't know what would happen with multiple TVs. I think that you run it through your tablet or your devices, but again, you have to have good Wi-Fi. So I'm leaning. I think that I have always liked DirecTV a lot. I still have a dish up there, but it's from probably 5-6 years ago. So I don't know. Send me your thoughts. What you think? I think maybe I'm gonna go with going back to DirecTV. They are part of AT&T now as well, and I think that there could be a way for them to blend what's going on with AT&T TV into what's already happened with DirecTV, and maybe people could have a choice if they wanted satellite or this box style or something like that. AT&T TV is paid separately than the cell phone, and so it's kind of a pain. Um, it I think that a lot of people have my login information and I didn't share it, but I do have a little book of passwords that keeps getting looked through, and so I don't know how many people can run through my AT&T TV, but that'll probably change when I go to back to DirecTV. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this.